You worked for decades. You showed up. You paid your bills. You took care of your family. You did what you thought you were supposed to do. But then one day, you looked at your savings account and asked yourself a painful question. Where did all my money go? Maybe you're in your 40s or 50s and feel like you should be further ahead. Maybe you have little savings or debt that's followed you for years. Maybe retirement feels closer than before, but your preparation doesn't match your age. And the hardest part isn't just the money. It's the feeling that you're running out of time. You might be thinking, did I make too many mistakes? Is it too late to fix my finances? Can I still build a better future? The answer is yes. But the first step is understanding what's keeping you stuck. Because many people aren't broke because they don't work hard. They're broke because of habits and decisions that quietly damage their future over many years. In this video, we'll uncover the biggest money mistakes keeping people broke after 40 and the practical steps you can take to start rebuilding. No unrealistic promises, no get-rich-quick tricks. Just simple, realistic changes that can help you take back control of your money. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone and you're not broken. You're simply carrying habits that were never examined. Let's start examining them. Turning 40 is a major point in life. Responsibilities get heavier. A mortgage or rent, kids, aging parents, work that leaves you exhausted at the end of the day. For years, your focus may have been survival, paying bills, taking care of others, keeping everything together. Your own financial future gets pushed to the side. A lot of people believe their financial problems started because they did something wrong when they were younger. Maybe they spent too much, never learned to manage money, ignored retirement planning, or trusted the wrong advice. But staying stuck in regret won't improve your situation. The past can't be changed. The good news is your next decision can still change your future. Many people underestimate what they can accomplish in their 40s, 50s, even 60s. The goal isn't to become wealthy overnight. It's to stop the habits hurting you and replace them with habits that move you forward. Small changes, repeated consistently, can create a completely different financial future. Before we talk solutions, let's understand the mistakes. You can't fix a problem you don't recognize. Mistake 1. Avoiding your real financial situation. The first mistake is avoiding your actual financial situation. Some people know they have problems, but avoid looking at the details. They don't check their bank account, review expenses, or calculate total debt. They just hope things improve. But ignoring money problems is like ignoring a warning light on your car dashboard. The problem doesn't disappear. It usually gets more expensive. Imagine someone with a decent income who still feels broke every month. Money comes in, money goes out, but they never ask, where exactly is it going? Often the issue isn't that they need a much higher income. It's that money quietly disappears through habits they never noticed. Small purchases, unused subscriptions, frequent online shopping, eating out, buying things because of stress. A few dollars here and there doesn't seem important, but repeated weekly and monthly, it can add up to thousands over the years. The first step to improving your finances isn't investing or finding a side hustle. It's awareness. Start with 3 numbers. How much comes in each month, how much goes out, and how much debt and savings you currently have. Write them down. Don't judge yourself. This exercise can feel uncomfortable, especially if it's been a while since you looked closely. But discomfort is not the same as danger. Many financially successful people started by facing uncomfortable numbers, not by avoiding them. The purpose isn't to make you feel bad. It's to give you control, because once you know where you stand, you can finally make a plan instead of just hoping things work out. Mistake 2. Increasing your lifestyle every time your income increases. The second mistake affects many people who earn more as they get older. Lifestyle inflation. When your income increases, your spending increases with it. You get a raise and think, I worked hard, I deserve something better. And you do deserve to enjoy life. The problem is when every raise immediately becomes a new expense. A bigger car payment, a pricier phone, more expensive vacations and habits. From the outside, the person looks like they're doing better. Behind the scenes, they may have no savings and little security. This is one of the biggest traps after 40, because these are often your highest earning years, Yet instead of building security, extra income just maintains a costlier lifestyle. The better question isn't, can I afford this monthly payment? It's, will this decision improve my future? If a raise brings an extra $500 a month, you could spend it all on lifestyle or use part of it to build savings, pay down debt, and invest. Over time, that difference becomes huge. This doesn't mean never enjoying your money. It means not letting your lifestyle control it. When income rises, divide the extra, some for enjoyment, some for your future. Your life improves today while your future gets stronger. Think about two people who both get the same raise. One upgrades everything at once, the car, the apartment, the wardrobe, and a year later feels exactly as financially stressed as before, just with fancier things. The other keeps their lifestyle mostly the same and quietly redirects the difference into savings and debt payoff. 5 years later, their situations look completely different, even though they started at the same income. The raise wasn't the deciding factor. The decision about what to do with a raise was. Mistake 3, believing it's too late to start saving. The third mistake is believing that starting late means there's no point starting at all. I should have started at 25. I wasted too many years. I'll never catch up. It's true that starting earlier gives money more time to grow, but waiting even longer only makes it harder. The biggest mistake isn't starting late. It's deciding not to start. If you're 40, you may still have decades before retirement. If you're 50, there's still time for meaningful improvement. If you're 60, better decisions can still improve your quality of life. The goal is progress, not perfection. You don't need to suddenly save thousands. Start with what's realistic. Maybe $25 a week, maybe $100 a month, maybe setting aside part of every paycheck first. Many people wait for extra money before saving, but extra money rarely appears. There will always be bills. Saving needs to be a priority, not an afterthought. Treat it like a bill you must pay. When income arrives, move a small amount into savings first, then use what's left for expenses. This teaches your brain that saving is normal. You can't change the years already gone, but you can influence the years ahead. Starting today beats waiting another year. Mistake 4, carrying high-interest debt for too long. The fourth mistake is letting high-interest debt control your future. Debt is one of the biggest obstacles to building wealth, and the dangerous thing is that it can feel normal. A car payment here, a credit card there, a personal loan every month, until it's just part of the lifestyle. But every dollar spent on unnecessary interest is money that can't go toward your future. Your past decisions end up taking money from your present. That's why debt can feel like running on a treadmill. You're working, you're earning, but you're not getting ahead. A common mistake is only making minimum payments on credit cards. It looks manageable, but it can take years to pay off, and you can end up paying far more than the original price through interest. A purchase that seemed affordable in the moment can quietly cost double or triple its price once you factor in years of interest charges. Not all debt is bad. A reasonable home loan or education expense can create real value. The problem is debt that traps you, especially for things that lose value fast, like electronics, vacations, or everyday purchases that get charged and forgotten. Start by stopping the cycle. Avoid adding new, unnecessary debt. Then build a simple plan. List debts from smallest to largest, or highest interest to lowest, and pick one target. Put extra money toward it while making minimums on the rest. When it's gone, roll that payment into the next one. This builds momentum. It may feel slow at first, but every payment lightens the load and gives you more control. Mistake 5, having no emergency fund. The fifth mistake is having no emergency savings. Financial problems don't only come from overspending. Sometimes life just happens. A car breaks down. A family member needs help. A medical bill appears. A job disappears. With no savings, every emergency becomes a crisis, and many people respond with credit cards or loans. That creates a dangerous cycle. One emergency creates debt. Debt creates payments. Payments make it harder to save, and the next emergency creates even more debt. An emergency fund is your protection. Money set aside only for the unexpected, not for vacations or shopping. It doesn't need to start big. The first goal is simply building the habit. Save $10, $25, whatever's realistic. A small emergency fund beats none at all. Aim for $500 first, then $1,000, and eventually several months of expenses, but don't let a big goal stop you from starting. Keep this money somewhere separate from your everyday spending account. So it's available when you need it, but not so visible that it gets absorbed into regular spending. The purpose isn't to make you rich, it's to give you options, so you can respond calmly instead of making a desperate decision when something goes wrong. That calm, in itself, is worth more than people realize until they have it. Mistake 6. Ignoring retirement planning because it feels overwhelming. The sixth mistake is avoiding retirement planning because the numbers feel discouraging. Many people after 40 look at their savings and think, there's no way I can catch up, so they avoid thinking about it entirely. But avoiding the future doesn't make it easier. It just removes your ability to prepare. Start with simple questions. How much do I have saved? How much debt do I need to eliminate? What lifestyle do I want later? What expenses can I reduce? Can I increase my income? Could I work a few extra years if needed? Retirement security isn't only about a huge pile of money. It's also about reducing financial pressure. Someone with lower expenses may need less than someone with expensive habits. Someone debt-free may have more freedom than someone earning more but carrying many payments. If your retirement savings are small, don't spend years feeling guilty. Use that energy to build a plan. Maybe that means saving more, learning new skills to earn more, adjusting your lifestyle, or delaying retirement slightly. Even small, consistent contributions matter more than people expect because time and consistency do a lot of the heavy lifting. The goal isn't to solve retirement in one afternoon. It's to have an honest picture of where you stand and a direction you're moving in, instead of a topic you quietly avoid. What matters is moving from fear to action. A difficult plan beats no plan. Mistake 7. Trying to look wealthy instead of becoming financially secure. The seventh mistake is focusing on appearance instead of real financial security. Social media makes this worse. Expensive vacations, new cars, luxury items, beautiful homes. What you don't see is the debt, the stress, the problems hidden behind the image. One of the biggest lessons after 40. Your goal isn't to impress people who aren't paying your bills. It's to create a life where you have choices. A financially secure person may not drive the newest car or wear expensive clothes, but they have something more valuable: peace. They can handle emergencies. They're not trapped by payments or constantly worried about the next bill. Sometimes the smartest financial decision is the one nobody notices: driving your current car longer, cooking at home more, buying fewer things you don't need, saving instead of showing. True wealth isn't what people see. It's the freedom you build. Mistake 8. Depending on only one source of income. Another mistake after 40 is relying entirely on one income source. For years, the traditional path was get a job, work hard, get a paycheck, retire someday. But the world has changed. Jobs disappear, industries shift, companies cut staff. Depending on just one source creates vulnerability. This doesn't mean starting a huge business or working every waking hour. It means looking for ways to create additional opportunities, learning a new skill, doing freelance work, selling something you create, earning from a hobby. The goal isn't exhaustion, it's options. A small additional income can help pay down debt, build savings, and reduce stress. Many people underestimate what they can learn after 40. Your experience has real value, and the skills you've built over decades can become new opportunities. Mistake 9. Giving up because you feel behind. The final, most dangerous mistake is giving up. Feeling behind is painful. You compare yourself to friends, family, or people online and think they're already successful. I should have done better. I wasted too much time. But comparison steals motivation. Everyone has a different starting point, different choices, different challenges. The only comparison that matters is between who you are today and who you were yesterday. The past may explain your situation, but it doesn't decide your future. Many people have rebuilt their finances later in life, not because they had a perfect plan, but because they started. They paid off one debt. They opened one savings account. They learned one new skill. They changed one habit at a time. And over months and years, those small shifts added up to something that looked from the outside like a completely different life. Your action plan. If you're over 40 and worried about money, don't try to fix everything at once. That's where many people fail, overwhelmed by trying to transform their whole financial life overnight. Instead, take it one step at a time. 1. Understand your current situation: income, expenses, debt, savings. You can't build a better future without knowing where you're starting. 2. Stop unnecessary money leaks. Look for expenses that don't add real value. 3. Build an emergency fund. Even a small amount gives you protection. 4. Reduce high-interest debt. Every debt you eliminate gives you more freedom. 5. Start preparing for retirement. Don't focus on what you should have done years ago. Focus on what you can do now. 6. Look for ways to increase your income. Your experience and skills still have value. And finally, believe that change is possible. You're not defined by your past financial mistakes. You're defined by the decisions you make from here. If you're watching this and feeling worried about money, remember, you're not the only one trying to rebuild. Many people reach their 40s and realize they need to make changes. The difference between those who improve and those who stay stuck is usually one thing: they decide to start. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. You don't need to change your whole life in one day. You only need one better decision. Check your numbers. Save your first amount. Pay $1 extra toward debt. Learn one new skill. Take one small step, because small steps, repeated over time, can create a completely different future. Your financial story isn't finished. The next chapter starts with the decision you make today. Your past money mistakes do not control your future. Your next decision does.